Hello and welcome to our team's presentation, Influencing, Getting Buy-in, and Connecting with Your Customers, Thinking Behind the Pitch. My name is Megan and I am joined by my fellow team members, and we are here to present our presentation on Chapter 13 of the Whole Business Book. To begin, we will start by explaining our chapter and how the whole brain approach impacts customer engagement and relationships. The whole brain approach has a significant impact on how we can interact, build relationships, and influence others. By understanding how people think and their preference for communication, you can adjust your message to create a better outcome with the customer. Additionally, the whole brain approach can not only impact the marketing or selling efforts of a company, but even how a company may design a product. If a company takes the time to understand how their customer base may think, or the preferences they may have, then they are better equipped to create products fitted to the customers and therefore positively impact not only the profits of a business, but form long and lasting relationships with customers. Now, these quadrants should be familiar to everyone, and at the start of our group's discussion, we decided to share where we fell in each quadrant and how that may impact our application of the whole brain approach to influencing customers. Within our group, we had a good mix of people with at least one person falling into each category. Using this diversity, we began our discussions of the strengths and challenges of the whole brain approach to influencing and connecting with customers. Some of these strengths that we came up with would be that the whole brain approach allows you to understand how a customer might prefer to communicate and allows you to adjust your interactions to better form a connection with the customer. For example, if you know a customer is a type A customer who loves data, who wants the facts behind something, then perhaps in order to influence them or market to them, you bring to them the data and you bring to them the facts. Whereas a big picture person, such as a quadrant D, they may be overwhelmed with facts. They want to see the big picture. They don't want to get into the details of it. So you know to approach that customer with the big picture of your plan rather than the details or the data behind it. Another strength would be businesses can utilize the whole brain approach to assign employees based on their strengths of communication and their preferences. They also can help employees to understand where their challenges might be in their work. Especially if you have to deal with a lot of quadrant A individuals, but you yourself may not be that. You can understand that now you need to be a little more focused on the data or the facts when you are interacting with these customers. And this can help you to improve your own job performance. As with any approach, there are both strengths and challenges to the idea. The whole brain approach presents a challenge to businesses because it's difficult to implement a lasting training program. I know from experience, I've gone through many of these programs where you are given kind of this information of yourself and you're given this understanding of how you prefer to communicate, but the challenge is you don't know how to implement it in your day-to-day tasks. You have an understanding, but you kind of need a process or a way, a path in which to allow yourself to adjust your daily task or allow yourself to use your understanding to improve your day-to-day lives. So a challenge for businesses that they will need to meet is not only do they need to provide the trainings on providing this understanding, but perhaps follow-up trainings or programs which will allow employees to apply this new understanding to their day-to-day tasks. Another challenge that's faced with the whole brain approach's impact on influencing and building relationships with customers would be the customer base is becoming more diverse and it's more difficult to place somebody in a single quadrant. Additionally, the communication methods being used in businesses today, especially with interactions with customers, are becoming more diverse. You're seeing social media, email, phone, one-on-one will always be present, but we're starting to see a shift where businesses are now communicating with customers through FaceTime and other forms of social media. So businesses need to understand how to train or how to apply the whole brain approach, both on a one-to-one basis with customers, but also in their interactions with customers through email, phone, and social media. Overall, we each took something away from this project. Personally, I know that I have found the whole brain approach is very prevalent in working with customers on a day-to-day basis and choosing my interactions and choosing how I approach a situation based off how my customers are feeling. A strong understanding of the whole brain approach can significantly improve the selling, marketing, and management of customers and their relationships to a business. This solidified the discussions in the chapter that in order to reach a greater audience, your communication and message needs to be the whole brain approach. We thank you for listening to our presentation. I'd like to thank you to my fellow team members. And our question for you today would be, how can whole brain thinking be used by companies to improve customer relationships? We look forward to your discussion. Thank you.